And what is your name, young man?
Bruce Ricketts.
And why are you here, Bruce, besides the barbecue?
Because my dad really is into politics and he loves BJ. He loves. Well, I guess how long ago was it, Dad, that you actually started getting into the politics stuff? Because it's really
my family's been a traditional Republican family, but it really was when I heard Ron Paul last year.
Right. Then finally he made a move in 2004. He voted for a different. He didn't vote for President Bush, and up to that time it had been kind of the default.
Right.
He was kind of that kind of guy, and he's definitely not anymore.
You are a much better speaker than I am, young man.
He's homeschooled.
Thank you.
Well, that's the reason right there. How long have you been a Republican?
I've been a Republican since 1987. I've been a Republican for over 2 decades now, and for quite a while I've believed that it's the right party, but it's a party that's kind of lost its way in a lot of ways, and BJ to me really harkens to a traditional conservatism that we can be proud to embrace, a conservatism that speaks to a government that's smaller, a conservatism that speaks to liberty, to personal freedom, and that's the kind of conservatism that I want to see America return back to. He's a man of integrity, first and foremost. What he says, you can bank on. He's a principled candidate. He's also genuine when you get to meet him, and hopefully many voters in the 4th District will have that opportunity. The genuineness really comes through. Also, he really speaks, I think, very intelligently and very incisively about the problems facing our country. He tries to extend beyond partisanship, and it really endeavors to solve our country's problems, whether it's foreign policy, whether it's the economy. He has a breadth of knowledge about the issues and a command of the issues that's very impressive for somebody who's 34 years old.
This election isn't going to win itself. But what I've discovered is that this Constitution and Declaration of Independence, it's a great way to open up a dialogue in the issues. And it doesn't matter what party somebody's in. I'll be honest, I was at the Carborough Farmers Market yesterday. For a Republican, some of y'all might think, gosh, what a strange place to be. And I'll admit, it was the Obama table, it was the Orange County Democratic Party table, it was the Lawson for Congress table. We had a great time. People know that we're all in the same boat. They know that we need to start talking about the issues, and we can't just let our nation keep sliding in the direction it's been sliding. It's up to us to do what it takes to get us moving in the right direction.
I'm here because I think BJ is a great guy. I think he's hardworking, intelligent, common sense, upstanding moral character, and I think he'd be an asset to Washington. A lot of Washington has gotten very political and lobbyists, and I think, as BJ has expressed, a lot less about the real people and the families that are involved and what they want versus what the politicians want. So that's what I find is one of the biggest issues.
Good to talk with you. So tell us, you helped organize the event today.
I did indeed. Part of what I've done is get the organization moving forward with the VFW Post. Just approach the membership here at the Post to see if we could actually hold this particular reception right here this evening.
Okay, yeah. And so tell me how you got involved with BJ's campaign.
I got involved with BJ's campaign when he came to the District 36 meeting last fall. This was right before this was leading up to the primaries, and he spoke in front of the district, and a lot of things that he had to say I really enjoyed hearing. So I asked him questions afterwards, and some of the things that I had questioned him on regarded the Constitution. Some of the key points for me was the Second Amendment, whether or not he thought that the Second Amendment was an individual or a state right. And the second thing that I really questioned him on was the fair tax. I believe that the fair tax was something that the country could move forward with, and BJ at that point had committed, saying that if we sent him to Congress and the fair tax came up for a vote, he would vote for it. So that is one of the reasons I am supporting him this evening.
Yeah, good. And what do you think about the turnout and pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is a very impressive turnout. I understand we have more than 170 people who have come this evening. BJ Lawson even invited all the veterans who are in the post canteen right next door to come over and join us this evening. I've seen the CO and the quartermaster come over tonight as well. I'm very pleased with the turnout that we've had here, and just the numbers of people that have been donating to the campaign have been phenomenal.
So I know a lot of you are thinking right now, okay, how can I help? This sounds really exciting. I need to get involved, right? You're here, and we want to have everybody as involved as they can possibly be. And just to give you an idea, there are different levels of involvement. In fact, I'd like to recognize a couple of guys. Chris and Jason, you guys might want to stand up for this. So just to give you an idea of what sort of involvement our campaign requires, I got an email from, who was it? So I got an email from Chris yesterday on my BlackBerry saying, "Hey, I saw you in Minneapolis last week at that Ron Paul rally. We're from Chicago. We're in Ohio for the weekend. We thought we might drop by your barbecue yesterday on our way back to Chicago." So this comes through my BlackBerry, and I'm thinking, gosh, okay, Ohio, Raleigh, Chicago, that makes sense. Great, absolutely. You make that drive, we'll comp your meal. So I'm really excited that you guys made the drive.
Well, we're both very young, passionate American citizens who are very dissatisfied with with the way our government is running, and we want to see change. And we met BJ Lawson at the Rally for the Republic in Minneapolis, and we liked what he had to say, and we liked him so much that we decided to take a little detour and come down to North Carolina for his barbecue.
Cool.
Yeah.
How was the Rally for the Republic?
It was great.
It was a great experience. It was the coolest thing was see the contrast, I think, between the rally and then the regular Republican National Convention. There was no passion at the Republican National Convention, and it looked like martial law. And then you look at these energetic, enthusiastic people at the rally, who are all doing this voluntarily. Come all over the place, and it was great. And I'm glad we could be here because people. I was a Ron Paul supporter, and I campaigned for him. But people don't realize. Ron Paul's vote is worth just as much as BJ's vote when he gets into Congress, and we got to get more people like BJ into Congress. Absolutely. So that's why we're here.